Hi everybody. This week I'm going to discuss the similarities and the differences between the service academies and ROTC programs. Now right off the bat there are some obvious similarities. They both will give you a military experience for college. Both are highly selective, highly rigorous. Both have an extended admissions process that's a little bit different from your conventional college application process. For instance, there's a mandatory fitness assessment. You have to go out and get a nomination, which we've talked about before. But both will give you a world-class education, highly transferable skills. They'll give you leadership experience, world travel. They both will give you a guaranteed job upon graduation. And guess what? On both sides, it's a free education. How about that one? Now, let me compare a little bit of the two in terms of the environment or the lifestyle that you would choose or that you would experience on both sides. So on the Service Academy side, that is Naval Academy, Air Force Academy, Coast Guard Academy, West Point, the Merchant Marine Academy. These are environments that are a little bit more severe, a little bit more structured, a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more hardcore, because they're in their own self-contained campus. It's not like a regular college campus. You know, it's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You're almost always in uniform. There's a vibe there that's very military-like. You know, not that it's better or worse, but that's the way it is. When you apply to one of those colleges, you apply to a particular academy one time, and if you get in, you're good to go. Now on the ROTC side, which stands for Reserve Officer Training Corps, it's a little bit different. Number one, you apply for a ROTC scholarship one time, and then you have to have a list of 5 other schools that you also apply to separately, and then you have to match those up. You have to get and win that scholarship and then match it with one of the schools that you already got accepted into. So a little bit different there. Now, if you're an ROTC candidate at one of these schools, you don't go to a military school. You can go to Boston College, you can go to Princeton, you can go to Tulane, you can go to Harvard. There's about 130 different schools that have ROTC programs. So you're basically like a regular old college Jane or college Joe, and you're walking around campus in flip-flops, and you're more of a part-time military person. Now again, probably once a week or maybe more, you might be in uniform. Probably once a month, you're doing some kind of a training exercise with your cohort or the other group of ROTC people in your particular branch of the military. The summers are typically spoken for because you're going and learning about the military in your particular branch. But by and large, the lifestyle is a little bit different because you live in a regular dorm. You look and feel and function almost like a regular student 70% of the time, and then 30% of the time you're doing your military stuff. So as you can see, when you compare those two, once again, some people like the more structured and disciplined. Some people like having a little bit more flexibility and being a little bit more like a college student. One is not better than the other. But at the end of the day, guess what? You both graduate with the same rank, meaning the same level. You both have that guaranteed job for typically for 5 years, depending on the branch and what program you're going into. So at the end of the day, whether you go hardcore structured discipline or a little bit more part-timey, you're going to end up in the same spot. I hope that helps. I wish you luck as you move down one of these two roads, and I'll see you next week.